All right, go ahead.
Wait, one.
All right, everybody, this is Mark Connors with U.S.Airsoft We are with Reno out at Mr. Paintball today. How you doing, Reno?
No, pretty good, man.
Hey,
How you doing?
Tell us about airsoft real quick for all the parents that are concerned about their kids running around with machine guns and all that kind of stuff. It's a touchy subject.
Right.
What's your opinion on that?
I like airsoft better than paintball because the airsoft, you can tell you've been hit, but it doesn't leave any bruises. As long as you wear your safety protection, it's a fun game. It's more enjoyable, the guns are more realistic, you have better range, and now that the military is all converting to airsoft as well, so you can get gear just like the military.
So they're basically using airsoft for military practice and what have you also, then?
Yes,
correct, right?
yes. We do have a lot of military personnel that do come out here at Mr. Paintball as well.
And how long have you been out here, Reno?
I've been here for about a year, just coming in and enjoying the facility with my son. But recently I've been working with Mike here at Airsoft Medic.
Yeah, we're going to push that a little bit. What is Airsoft Medic exactly?
Airsoft Medic is an on-site repair, and we also have retail. And so if a gun breaks down during field of play, we can fix it up and get them back on the field. And we also charge batteries as well. If someone's batteries dies, we do that also.
Okay, now there's a big topic, there's a big issue with airsoft right now that a lot of people are concerned with, and we try our hardest at U.S.AirsoftArmy.com to put people at ease. But when they see a bunch of people walking around with the machine guns and the camouflage and all that stuff, even the government has a little bit of an issue with it. What's your input on that?
The guns are realistic, but really you only should have the guns in the field that's designated for airsoft. You shouldn't be running around in your neighborhood with the guns, and
you got to be realistic.
Yeah, you got to be realistic about safety, and what kid should be running around with a gun. I don't care if it's an airsoft gun or a pellet gun. You just don't do that.
Exactly.
So
the kids that are out here, they're not allowed to run around and just do anything they want to do. This is a supervised, safe environment, correct?
Yes. Even when we have birthday parties, we have private parties, I come out and ref the games, help the kids, because most of the birthday parties are 12, 13-year-old kids, and
safety's the number one priority.
Yes, safety is a priority. We make sure that the goggles are sealed, so eye injuries, make sure we have full face and mouth guard, so you don't get hit in the mouth or have teeth broken. So, everything is supervised. When you're on the field, goggles are always on. So,
And you have ladies out here too, right?
Oh, yes,
A lot of girls come out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you think is the real appeal to airsoft to the world? It's a growing sport, a huge sport.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I think it's a good, alternative to just running, because you're out here, you're out in the field, you're walking around, you're out, with gear on, it's good exercise, instead of just going to the gym and working out. And, a lot of the girls come out with their boyfriends, so, the guys are going to go, so it's like, girls like, well, might as well go with them,
Right.
So they make pink guns for girls that want
Pink ones, huh?
Yeah, pink ones.
Good. Okay,
Yeah.
and so now if you could say anything to any child that came out here, what would be the first thing you'd say to them?
Have fun. That's the first priority here. Besides safety in Mr. Paintball is have fun, have a good time, and that's about it.
We should tell the kids though not to be running around your neighborhoods and what.
Yes.
The reason why we brought up this subject with you is because of all the high school shootings and stuff that have happened over the years and what have you.
Correct. Yes.
And when you see a kid walking around with a machine gun, all dressed in camouflage and everything, it does concern some people.
Yes.
So we need to definitely let the public know that there's a place that's designated for that. And places like Mr. Paintball USA out in Escondido, California, all kinds of different places and facilities like that, right?
Correct.
Well, we want to thank you so very much. And you're with who now?
Airsoft Medic.
You guys have fun here?
Airsoft is awesome.
Airsoft is awesome. What's your mom think of you being out here? Okay, Nancy, so tell us, you have a son here at Mr. Paintball right now playing airsoft, right? Correct.
Yes.
And what's your viewpoint on that?
Well, I'm glad he's got an outlet. I mean, this is something he wants to do anyway, but this is a safer environment. It's organized, it's controlled, it's responsible, and he gets a chance to go blow things up and shoot at actual people without injuring them or getting an injury on himself.
Right, and every kid likes to play Army.
Oh, they do, and I get tired of the video games, sitting on the couch, staring at a computer screen, all that stuff. He's not moving. Out here, he's moving. He's got to develop strategy. He's got to know his weapon. He's got to know his gear. Mm-hmm. He's learning a lot more, and he's got to put it to use.
So it's good for kids, you think?
I think so. It makes them think, makes them act.
Now, let me ask your opinion on what parents and possibly our government how they look at airsoft. Do you have any views on that at all?
You know, when I first had boys, I was not happy about the concept of guns, but I watched a program called Raising Cain, and I realized there's something natural about guys and guns, and we don't need to get to the Freudian aspects of it, but they're going to want to play with guns, and if you can teach them to do it responsibly and intelligently, then you give them a chance to shoot those guns.
Yeah, when they're kids and they learn responsibility, because I myself as a gun instructor at times have seen kids or people that will pick up a gun when they play with guns when they're little kids, and they get these bad habits, and then when they pick up a real gun they actually have the same habits that they had when they played with the toys. So when they're out in an environment like this where they're structured, they're actually learning how to use their weapon as, so to speak. It's not even really a weapon, it's basically a toy. It's a big boy's toy.
It's a glorified toy, but it does reflect enough of the weapon to sort of get that out of their system.
Right, right. So now, how do you feel about, let's say that some people in our government, for an example, think that this is terrorism?
Well, that's going to be personal.
Hi, my name is Doug Harrison, and this is U.S.Airsoft
Doug, how you doing, man?
Not bad.
It's a Sunday afternoon, California. It's beautiful out here. We're at Mr. Paintball, just outside of Escondido, California. What do you come here for, Doug?
Well, I come here to play airsoft and shoot people and enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's your opinions? This week we're doing opinions on airsoft and our government and the rules and the laws and the look of what the general public is looking at us airsofters like. What do you think about all that?
Airsoft's always been given a bad name by the government. I came here from Connecticut, and we were having a lot of hard times with the orange tips being sold and not being sold, and we've actually had a couple police cases where little kids were brandishing airsoft guns in a threatening capacity in public, and we had a lot of problems with it. And I imagine California has a lot of the same problems.
Yeah, with all like those high school shootings over the years and everything like that.
That's
People
true.
are really paranoid about kids running around in camouflage outfits and guns that look real.
Absolutely.
I myself one time went to a meeting, where we had a game, and we met at a school.
Right.
And to tell you the truth, if I would have been a parent half a block away, looking through my window, I would have called the SWAT team. Mm-hmm. No kidding.
Yep.
So that's a concern that we want the public to know about, the kids to know about, that there's designated places like this.
Absolutely.
Where they can come and do that type of stuff. But how do you feel about the government thinking that this is a type of terrorism?
Okay, that's just a little ridiculous. Obviously, it's not a type of terrorism. We come out here to have fun. People like to play pretend. I mean, I tell my wife all the time, it's just a bunch of grown men that go out and dress up and play Army men all day.
Right.
And it's a good time. It's good, clean fun.
Exercise?
Exactly, it's good exercise. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not as, I don't want to say sissy, but it's not as sissy as paintball.
You can say it. This is airsoft, man. There's no wimps here.
I played paintball for 12 years. And, I came out one day and borrowed a gun from a friend of mine, carried my mags in my pockets just like everybody else. And then that was about 8 years ago. And then, it wasn't that long, about 6 years ago. And sold all my paintball gear and never looked back. Mm-hmm. And now I got a small arsenal.
Yeah. So now, what about, what could you say to the parents? If a parent's watching this video right now, which a lot of people will, we're going to direct this towards parents, because we want to spread the word that this is a safe and structured environment with a bunch of good people that are just simply having fun. It's just a game. It's a sport.
Absolutely it is.
So what would you say to any parent that would want to bring their child out here?
Come with. In a lot of fields, that's actually a requirement that if you have children that are minors, that they do come with. that the parents come with them and either participate or at least watch the events. And I think that's really important for parents to get involved so they know the finer aspects of, okay, these aren't real guns. You're not going to go out and kill people. This is a game.
Right.
And paintball has always had that sort of extra caveat involved, that it is just a game. And it's not, we're not going out shooting people, we're not killing people, they're not called bullets, it's called paint. You know, airsoft has a lot of that same stuff.
Right.
But the biggest thing I can tell them is to come out, meet the people that your kids are playing this sport with, and, you know, to maybe even experience it themselves. I brought my dad out to play airsoft. He loves it.
Now, would you like to see, in your opinion, would you like to see that there more gun safety out here at the airsoft facilities, where there's somebody that actually teaches and governs the actual safety of handling an airsoft gun for later on in life when they actually handle a firearm?
It is important to make that distinction, and I do agree with some aspects of that, is that there does need to be an emphasis on safety, and a lot of times there are, especially in places like this. There's always going to be an emphasis on safety. There needs to be an emphasis on safety, because, I mean, real gun or not, they can still hurt somebody.
Right, they can. They could put out an eye, and that's why we wear goggles. And,
Absolutely.
And everybody wears all, you know, protective gear. And I know it stings a little bit. I got shot last week 15 times,
It
man.
does.
I'll tell you, I was playing fun, but it was a blast. It's challenging.
Sorry if that was me.
It's good for your self-esteem. It's good for your self-confidence.
Absolutely.
So, Doug, what do you do for a living?
I'm an engineer for the U.S. Navy.
Oh, cool.
I'm on the USS Carl Vinson.
Oh, congratulations, sir, and thank you for serving our country.
Thank you.
And so, military, you stand behind a lot of this stuff then.
Absolutely. I think everybody needs to have an outlet, and this is an outlet. You know, it's, like I said, it is good, clean fun. Yeah, the equipment looks real. That kind of gives us, gives the grown-ups a little more fun with it.
And it's realistic. That's the whole thing. You know, people don't understand. As your little boy, you play Army. What is it? It's a fantasy.
Yep.
It's just fun games and what have you. If you're going to let your kid play Army, let them come out here and play Army out here where they're structured, where they can learn actual safety, where they can learn first aid, where they can learn to be around other people, where they can get their self-esteem up. You know,
Absolutely.
There's nothing like winning a game, always, for kids. Doug, appreciate your time, sir. You've been talking with U.S.AirsoftArmy.com. We'll see you again soon. Thanks, bro. So, bro, what's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
Dylan.
Dylan. What do you get out of this?
The fun, the adrenaline.
You don't think airsoft scares people sometimes?
It scares people, but once you actually get into it, you realize it doesn't hurt as much as people think.
Right.
And with all the adrenaline pumping, you hardly feel it. The next day you may have a nasty welt, but
you get home and count like 20 little red dots
Yeah.
on your body.
you just show those off to your friends. Look what I got when I was going out there. Welts everywhere.
Right. Cool, man.
I recommend this game for everybody.
It's a blast.
Yeah.
Cool. U.S.AirsoftArmy.com.
Yeah.